Yo, what the fuck is up? Episode number whatever fuck. Wednesday, June 5th? I'm recording on my phone. Hold on. I just want to make sure it's right. June 6th. Wednesday, June 6th. You know, what else are we going to tell? What am I going to tell you? People broke into the White House. You know, I got fired today. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. But before we get started, you already know what I'm about to do. It's I guess kind of a tradition. But yeah, cheers. Oh, oh, there you go. Yes, I know that's what some of y'all love. We cover my lungs out. That's some good shit. It looks way better in person. Almost there. And we'll double check. And it's all gone. Ta-da. Alright, so anyways, as I was saying, motherfuckers broke into the White House today. Let's fucking go. I mean, yeah, was it for a ridiculous thing? Yeah. I mean, listen, as much as Trump and everybody else want to admit, Trump believers, trumpets, whatever the fuck they call themselves, right? The Magans. Both sides are good to hit out of. That's a good one too. I'll do the small one. I already took the bong hits. I don't need to be unresponsive the whole fucking time. Okay. So, anyways, as I was saying, here's what it proves, though. It proves that the government is untouchable. It's not untouchable, right? This is what it proves. Subtly. Very, very, very in the background. But if you think for more than 2 seconds, aside from the whole Trump debacle, this is good news. Because let's say these $2,000 don't pass, and the Democrats just say fuck you, and they start taking away rights, and they start going nuts. Because let's just be honest, both sides are nuts, but one person's nuts and the other person's nuts contradicted. And since none of them had absolute power in the government, not really absolute, but you know what I'm saying, right? They had most power or very unique power. They canceled each other out because of conflicting interests and all these things, right? And those fucking things are crazy. I mean, it's I mean the Democrats won, and it was honestly all because of Mitch McConnell. He I mean, talk about history repeating itself. If Mitch McConnell had passed those $2,000 stimulus, let's be honest, we would, there'd probably still be a majority in the Senate. But what can we do? Sorry, my bad. There's some guy walking, talking out loud. What I can't tell him shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a podcast outside. So, anyways, you just fucking, you just beating on the fucking door like a crackhead. Alright, he's far enough. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. That was a weird one. He couldn't open the door. Kind of weird shit is that? I don't know, Chief. Weird shit happens here all the time. Anyways, I'm gonna name this one X's because I think it's a trend now. I talk a little bit about politics, kind of what's going on in the moment, um, and then I get into whatever the fuck the main topic of the podcast. And yeah, this one's gonna be X's. Why? I don't know. I was talking to my girl about exes and shit like that. Just a specific ex, to be honest with you. And this seemed like pretty good podcast idea. I mean, everybody has them. Well, most people, except for the people that either don't want to or are fucking losers. You know. So yeah, that is what we're gonna talk about. And I mean, just kind of go through it because I never really spoke about me dating, but throughout most of the stories that I've told you, especially during high school and middle school, I was generally dating somebody. I was single for a few years here and there, but generally I was dating people. Somebody was beeping. Alright. Yeah. What is that guy home? Is that no, nobody's trying to exit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. I think they're about to raid this fucking house or something. Who the fuck knows? Anyways. Sorry. That's truth. I mean, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, fucking exes, right? Throughout the whole time that I've been telling stories, most of the time I was dating somebody. And, they were exes. That's it. The story they had nothing to do with them, so I didn't have to bring it up. But, I guess I should get that out the way. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna say what time period. Maybe I'll say my age. For those of you that know my past life, just shut the fuck up. Alright? Don't say shit. Why you gonna start bringing shit up? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here trying to entertain y'all. Y'all gonna put me in trouble? Come on now. Anyways. So this bitch named Debbie. Nah, nah, I never dated nobody named Debbie. But that'd be funny. Yeah, the gates are working. Cool. Nah, I never needed a Debbie. I almost said something. All right, my bad. Okay, so I mean, I've had the crazy exes. Is generally what I've had. I've had a few good people, good women that I've dated for a little bit, or we didn't really click. When we first started dating, which it happens. You think you like somebody, you date them, and it's just it don't work out. You know. um. Yeah, I mean, I had one that was like, I mean, a kid could move that same day and tell this bitch that He saw me, sucking on a titty in math class or whatever, right? And she would believe it, and she tried to break up with me, and I had issues at the time, and so like it felt very uncomfortable for me, and then supposedly we wouldn't break up and we still be together, and it was just kind of like it was a young relationship that was full of dumbass shit. You broke up all the time, you went to get back together all the time, you know. But eventually, one of you is gonna get tired of it, and that person was me. So, last day of school, I just told that bitch, you know what, fuck it, don't talk to me, bitch. Don't fucking talk to me. I'm tired of your crazy ass. And yeah, I never called her for like 2 months. We were on school break, so I didn't see her at all. I didn't have a cell phone at that time. Cell phones were kind of getting there. I think she might. I don't think we either one of us had a cell phone, but it was like when you had a landline still, right? And you fucking, you know, it was free to talk after 10 p.m., which is fucking ridiculous. It sounds so ridiculous now because of unlimited data plans now. But back then the day, it was landline. They charged you by the minute, but it was free to talk after 10 p.m. or some shit like that, right? It was like, I guess, whatever. So that's around the time when I would call her, or on the weekend, on the Saturdays. You could talk on the landline, some shit like that. And I mean, that's what I did. I'd call her, whatever. Spit game, what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck I was doing. Whatever. Fucking ridiculous. I was young. I didn't have no fucking game. I didn't know what I was doing. I was good at flirting, but I was never good at like asking a girl out, or anything like that. Making advances past the flirting stage. That was my downfall. That's why I didn't, you know, I wasn't in as many. I could have been dating people that were probably better for me, but I didn't have the balls to ask her out. I can only ask out the damaged ones. Oh, that's hilarious. Listen, I'm just playing. I know, no boy, y'all crazy bitches hear this shit. It's alright. I was just joking around. Not all of y'all were crazy. Low key, there was a few that were pretty cool. That By the way, I've heard how I smoke weed. I re-listened to one of these. Man, I do it so loudly. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm trying to be more quiet about it. But I think it's because I'm talking, and so I'm making noises and shit or whatever. I hope that's what it is. If not, I've hit a stage of being fat that causes you to breathe loud as fuck, which is which is why I've actually, yesterday I was at the gym and today I was at the gym, but that's besides the point. Fat guy voice. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, the bitch that I never called again. And I was in a pretty depressing. That summer was pretty depressing for me. I didn't really go anywhere. My mom was always working every day, so it was just kind of just me. And I remember making Kool Aid. This was my addiction. We had racked up so many Kool Aids that we never used. It was like a little box, and it was a pack. And so how I don't have diabetes is beyond my fucking understanding. Anyways, I'd make myself a Kool Aid. I put it in the freezer, let it get to like a slushiness consistency, and just eat it with a spoon. That was I was white bitch depressed. It was something cold that I was eating, and I was sad and everything. Um, no, you good, bro. You good. He's on Tik. He discovered TikTok. Fucking guy. Now I'm the only one with that TikTok, and I feel like I'm gonna end up watching that bitch soon. It's okay. I feel like it's good. It can't be this popular and it not being good at this point. You know what I'm saying? I see them on Facebook, and some of them are funny. I just haven't. I'm addicted to my phone as it is. I don't need another fucking social media to just fucking send me through the roof, and I can't fucking. You know, I just don't want to get addicted. I'd rather work and tell you all my fucking ridiculous stories. Um, I guess they're not super ridiculous. I feel like, if you've heard Joey Diaz, my shit ain't ridiculous compared to his. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. I hope to y'all. Whatever. Um, yeah, so that's what I would do. I did that for 2 months, and I was super depressed. And then the year after that, I don't know what happened. I think it was just a weird year where a lot of people moved, or a lot of people that I wasn't in a class with the year before. You know how there's like two, class A, class B, and they don't really meet each other. And then the next year that you would kind of switch people up. Well, I met a bunch of different people that I hadn't met before, and just because I didn't really notice them in the hallways, and I didn't have a class with them. And yeah, man, that was a fun time. That was a fun time. But I didn't date anybody at that time. I think. Yeah, I didn't date anybody. My ex, the crazy bitch. She tried to come. She tried to say she wanted to get back together. Blah blah blah. I said, fuck that. It is what it is. That time I was just flirting around. I was just fucking around. You know, just fucking with bitches and shit. I never really did anything crazy. You know, I didn't have the at that time. I don't think I had the confidence. I guess after all the bullshit that I had just come fresh out of a lot of bullshit that like I actually can't talk about. I actually maybe later in the future when I'm like 60 or 40. It's just things that like how Joey Diaz says, what are they gonna do? Take me to jail? This is that kind of shit where it's like I'm still within the years. Um, if that makes sense. I'm making it seem like I killed somebody. I never killed nobody. It was a lot of bullshit, and it's smart to not talk about it at this moment. Anyways, so that kind of fucked me up for a while. I didn't feel right. I came out of it like shell shocked, you could say, where it was like I was always looking over my shoulder, hyper paranoid, not being comfortable with peace, um, which is something that I struggled with a long time. I think that's why I was like super hardcore into drinking and shit. Whenever I hit like around my high school years, I think maybe around eighth grade, I was also doing that shit too. It was just like I wasn't comfortable. It just didn't feel real that I was finally safe. I guess is what how I could explain it. It's almost as if like I got so accustomed to being in danger, being afraid for my life. Right? I can kind of talk about generalities, but I can't say specifically what's going on. But the fear of death and being such a young age, right? Being such a young age and just like it's crazy, you know? Being such a young age and just watching that shit, like experiencing it, I guess you could say. Which I've actually come at peace with it. It is actually one of the things that helped me. This, allegedly, this, right? Um, it's actually what helped me process a lot of shit, honestly. You know, I don't have the need to like go out and do crazy shit. I don't. I haven't had Oh shit! My bad. I hit that bitch with my foot. I haven't had like a deep um fear of death panic attack in a while. So here's the healing. At time. You're never gonna heal unless you kind of process what's happened to you. You're never gonna really grow as a person until you really figure out, okay, so what did my parents fuck up on, or what was I supposed to be taught but I never was taught, or anything like that. It's just a part that's missing for whatever reason, and you got to deal with it because most people are become alcoholics due to it because they never really process what happened to them, and instead they just kind of try to hide all that in liquor, whatever the fuck it is. And so I was going down a deep path of being ridiculously drunk, that like blacking out all the time and shit. It was a tough time around there in my early 20s. Um, but we move on, and eventually you have to. There becomes a time in which you have to choose life or death. It becomes that extreme, right? Where your mind starts going like, damn, maybe it's easier if we don't live anymore. And I think what I'm talking about is very controversial because nobody talks about it, I guess. I think for a lot of people, that thought in your head is, for a lot of people, is pretty common. Like, why do I have to continue to live? Like, what is the fucking point of this? Like, I don't like you just feel tired and you feel like you just don't want to deal with it anymore. And I'll tell you what, I felt that way for a long time, and I just decided I was just gonna live for me. If life has no meaning, then I can make meaning. I can choose to make meaning out of it. I can choose, and it's optimistic nihilism. That's what the fuck it's called. And I actually, to tell you the truth, that was a big part of that. That was who I was for a little while. Um, Now especially, that's why I'm a lot better. I learned to be happy. You got to learn to be happy and to accept that there are things that are beyond your control, and that you know, the earth might blow up tomorrow, but I died knowing that I was working towards something that made me happy. That didn't necessarily seem successful in the eyes of other people. That doesn't seem me successful. You know, if this blows up, it's amazing. If it doesn't, and a few thousand people watch my podcast every day or every time I upload, what? How would I be mad at that? A few hundred. Oh my god, I'd be so fucking hype every day. I'd get up and I'd be happy that I'm living because I'm doing something that I really want to do. I want to entertain. You know, and a snippet of that is I don't feel loved or whatever, right? Because of all that crazy shit that I was referring to, and I don't even know if I used the word right. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's like that's what helped me get past it. For some people, that ends up becoming um, you getting over something, or you discovering something that truly makes you happy through in your life. Some people eventually choose that as like family, having a family. The family is important to them, and as long as the family's happy, then they're happy. And that's what they exist for, and that's what makes them happy. And that's no problem with that. For other people, it's like, oh well, I want to have a lot of money, and they are actually happy with that money. They're like, uh, some people can be happy with money. You know, um, it'd be a lot easier for me to do this. I'd be in a way better. This would be a way better podcast if I had money, and I could be the same age, just went through the same bullshit. If I had won the lottery tomorrow, it would greatly make me happier. So one of those things that makes me happy. But it's like I'm not there. At least not yet. You know, if a few hundred people watch like my live streams, that'd be fucking awesome. I'd be so fucking happy. I'm supposed to be talking about exes, and I'm over here talking about my feelings and shit. All right, let's go back. Ooh, all right, let's go back. So I was talking about that bitch, and I had a few other flings, you know, making out with bitches and shit like that. But you know, I had feelings for a few people that I never told anything to. I think you have a few of those. I think everybody has that for sure. I mean, were you just not comfortable telling that person? You know, which there were other guys that didn't give a fuck. I truly respected those people that had the balls to just be like, "What's up?" Like I didn't have that till like now. If I really like, I think I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable with who I am to be like. So I feel like I didn't feel like that was I deserved to say that until I was okay with myself, right? Which is so weird. I mean, like I'm pretty sure other people are just like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro? This makes no sense." To me, this is just kind of how my mind works. Um, you know, it's just how my mind works. I guess that's my only explanation. And then I had I actually dated one person where we just it was fun texting, but I don't think I even like I don't know if I had feelings for her or nothing. It was just like, all right, let's see what's up. And I think we both kind of felt like, yeah, it's okay. Like we didn't really feel much, you know. It was okay. And so we broke up like real fast. And then I just remember one chick. Yeah, one chick was she was a good person. She was one of those that are like I was the bad person in her life. I was a bad person in that moment that I kind of, you know, I broke her heart. Shit, you know. And you gotta live with that, you know. Now at my age, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Why? Why would I do that? Why would I hurt somebody's feelings? But it's okay. After that, I dated crazy. Not really crazy, more like damaged. Just like me. I think that's why we stayed together for so long. I think because we both knew we were damaged, but we're having a good time most of the time. You know, when it came to certain things. But, yeah. Oh my god! Like the shit that would happen. Like yeah, like I'm gonna talk about the breakup because I don't really need to talk about all the other shit. But I can talk about the breakup. Like think about like just 3 or 4 different accounts of girls that friend your friend request, a few guy profiles that send your friend request just randomly out of the blue that just happened to be created today. Like what, bitch? You know that I know it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, and then apparently all 4 girls happen to have an interest in me and they're fucking texting me and saying that they want to meet up. Like bitch, come on now. You can't tell me you think that this is gonna fucking work. Like, but okay, oh sure, Zahira or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, sure, I'll meet you at fucking Wendy's at 3 or whatever. Like, no, bitch, I know it's you. And yeah, we fucked each other up even worse. I think that relationship really fucked me up, pretty fucking bad. It definitely had me like suicidal at times. It was oh my god. It was I mean other things were amazing and I think you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Guys that have dated a girl like that know what the fuck I'm talking about. That was the fun part. But aside from that, I didn't really I actually got out of high school and I just kinda thought about it for a while. Because when you're in school you see each other almost every day. But once you're out into the workforce and shit, you gotta work. You might not be able to see her all the time because you don't live together. And I was smart enough to not even offer to move in with her. We hadn't talked about it yet. It was a few months. So sorry for that fucking big ass yawn. For a few months, we were dating after high school, or I think it wasn't even a month. It was like not like a month later or some shit like that. After I got out of high school, I realized I'm marrying into like a fucked up family, like immediate family, like her parents and shit. Oh my god, animals, bro. And I know, and I'm talking about that from my family, which I know are fucking also animals. You know what I'm saying? But these were a different kind of animal that I wasn't ready for, and that I wasn't gonna be. I could not be with that, and long term, you know. And so they were dated for like 2.5 years, some shit like that. Long time, and we somehow stayed together for a long time. Um, so we stayed. Shit, we're together for a long time, and eventually it was done. It ended. I ended. Right now I'm dating somebody, and she's alright. Nah, she's cool. No, nah, she's a shit. She's funny as fuck. She makes me laugh all fucking day. Like, I enjoy her company every day. It's pretty fun. The first time that's ever happened. Eventually, I get tired of bitches, and I haven't gotten tired of her. So, alright, guess this is the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this fucking clusterfuck of information. Have a good one. Deuces.